Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Football Insights, where we talk about football related issue. Click on the subscribe button, press the post notification bell, follow us on all our social media platform on IG, on TikTok, and then on X. All the links are in the description. The graphics are also flowing. This is your big game review. Manchester City versus Arsenal at the Etihad. Let's get straight into the video. So, of course, big game review. I might upload this particular video late, but then forgive me. This is your big game review. Big game went on, and this was a title decider game because going forward, Arsenal might not play well. They have an outstanding game versus Chelsea. Of course, it is a derby, so of course it is not a small game, but it is expected that Arsenal will win. So this game was very, very important for Arsenal. And then for Manchester City too, because Manchester City doesn't have, well, they have Tottenham to play too. So this particular game was very, 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 very important. But then there's one problem with Manchester City this particular season that might cost them the trophy. I will talk about it in the latter part of the video. So let's move straight into the lineup Manchester City used in this particular game. Ortega at the goalkeeper. Ederson had a knock. So Ortega in the goal post, Josco Vadio as the left back, Marala Kanji as the right back, Nathan Ake, and then Ruben Diaz. It's not Ruben Diaz. Ruben Diaz as the center back because Akanji right back because Walker also has a knock, and then Ruben Diaz here or Nathan Ake here because John Stones also had a knock. So they have some couple of injuries, So Rodri as the Eloni DM, Phil Foden, Kovacic, and then De Bruyne as a double 10, and then Bernardo Silva. So it was 4-1, 4-1. Erling Haaland as the striker of the day, which he was poor. At the day he was very poor. I will talk about that later. This is also the Arsenal lineup. Arsenal also went in with Kiwo as the left back, Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba, Ben White as the left back, Declan Rice, Jorginho as the DM, and then Martin Odegaard as to complete the midfield trio, and then Gabriel Jesus as operating as a winger. But of course, Gabriel Jesus is a striker, but he mostly likes to operate from the wings. So Gabriel Jesus, and then we have Kai Havertz, the Kai man striking, and then Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka was also poor in the day, but Bukayo Saka was not fit. So I could understand from Bukayo Saka's point of view that he was not fit, and that is why he was poor. So that is the lineup they went into the game with. The game ended 0-0 at the Etihad, and then this particular game was I don't know, but it was, so to speak, boring. The general assessment of the game was that the game was boring. A title decider game. I was expecting, some 2-2, 4-4, 3-3 game, draw game wouldn't have been bad. But then, some goals, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4 as a title decider game. But then it was boring. Do you know why it was boring? It was boring because Arsenal came with a plan. And then, in as much as I could see the game boring as it is, I will also commend Arsenal because Arsenal came with a plan. They executed the plan very well. That is all about football. Football is all about mapping up your plan and executing your plan. That is exactly what Arsenal did. Arsenal defended. They packed the bus. On any day, Arsenal will not pack the bus. They will come at you. That is Arsenal. But at this time around, they could feel that they cannot withstand Manchester City. So they had to pack the bus. And then I totally agree with them. I totally agree with Mikel Arterta. I agree with him. Parking the bus, getting a 1 point at Etihad, and then go straightforward. You are on top of issues. So it ended 0-0. Let's quickly check out the analysis of the game, what really went on in the game. So Manchester City in possession. Manchester City in possession, so to speak. They were, operating as, of course, them, their half spaces players. Matthew Kovacic will be covering the half spaces. De Bruyne will also be covering the half spaces. So that was Manchester City, because Manchester City, they are known for, utilizing the half spaces, tacticals. They are known for that. That is Pep Guardiola. He is known for that. But then, in this particular game, because John Stones was not there, and then Nathan Ake and then Ruben Diaz was playing as the center back pair, it was very difficult for one of them to invent as a midfielder. Very, very, very difficult because none of them, I don't mean, they could do it, but then John Stones could have done it better, inventing from a centre back to a midfield or to as a midfielder. So it was very, very difficult for those tacticals to work. But then Josco Vadio was advancing. Manuel Akanji was also advancing because they had the ball. The Man City had the ball because Arsenal packed the bus. So it made Josco Vadio and then Manuel Akanji to advance into advanced position. Even though Josco Vadio was playing as a left back, Manuel Akanji was also playing as a right back. They could all advance into advanced position. But then were they going to be more efficient? No, because Manuel Akanji is a centre back, Josco Vadio is a centre back. They are not a good crosser of the ball. So you could tell that Manchester City was playing as a pinball. It was going like this way. They were not utilizing the central areas. It was going like this way. The passes was going like this way. They could not penetrate into the central areas. And then there is a reason for that because Arsenal in possession was playing or they were defending in the 4-4-2 low block or 4-4-2 mid blocks, so to speak. So you could see here, and then of course, when they have the ball, David Raya will join the defenders, the centre backs. As you can see, David Raya here, David Raya has the ball. So when David Raya gets the ball, it means that the centre back are going to, that is William Saliba and then Gabriel are going to open up for David Raya to distribute the passes. And then as you can see here, David Raya is holding the ball. This is Gabriel Magalhaes, and then that is William Saliba. They have opened up for David Raya to also do what? Distribute the ball for them. So they were defending in a 4-4-2 shape. 4-4-2 shape. Compact. Because, of course, defensive solidity is all about compactness. You would have to be compact to defend against Manchester City. So that was Arsenal in possession. Arsenal in possession, I loved it. As you can see here, 4-4-2. And then, Gabriel Jesus could, tackle back a bit, because of course, Gabriel Jesus' work rate is on top. But yesterday, Gabriel Jesus was not, I didn't feel his game very well because I felt he could have done better. He had the ball because he knows how to dribble. He tends to dribble more. You dribble 1-2, pass the ball, bro. 1-2, pass the ball. But Gabriel was not doing that. So that was Arsenal also in possession. But in the course of the game, Nathan Ake had an injury and then it changed. Pep Guardiola quickly brought on Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis originally is, so to speak, a midfielder. So Rico Lewis came in, and then Pep Guardiola changed his tactics, and then you could see Rico Lewis operating as an invented midfielder, even though he came in to replace who? Nathan Ake. But this time around, he was operating as an invented midfielder. So as you can see here, you can see Manuel Akanji drawing back, Josco Vadio drawing back, and then you have Kobe Diaz as the three, defenders. You have Rodri, Rico Lewis, and then Bernardo Silva. And then because they could not penetrate into the central corridors or the central areas of Arsenal, Pep Guardiola has to change something. What did he do? He brought on Jeremy Doku and then Jack Grealish. Do you know what they were coming to do? Jeremy Doku and then Jack Grealish are dribblers. They are known for their dribbling ability. So they were coming to penetrate into the defense or the block of Arsenal or the central corridors of Arsenal. And then, of course, we had one or two situations that Jeremy Doku and then Jack Grealish, penetrated, but the ball, they couldn't utilize the chance. So you have Jeremy Doku and then Jack Grealish penetrating, or as a typical wingers playing there. So it could give Josco Vadio and then Manuel Akanji the chance to come back to operate as their original central midfielders, and then Rico Lewis also coming in as a midfielder or tackling in as an invented midfielder, even though he came to replace Nathan Ake. So that was how the tacticals went. I trust Mikel Arteta. Mikel Arteta executed his plan very well. And that is why you saw Manchester City couldn't penetrate into the central areas of Arsenal. But we'll have to talk about Erling Haaland because Erling Haaland on that day was poor. Do you know why he was poor? Because William Saliba won the man of the match. Because Gabriel Magalhaes on the day was very strong on Erling Haaland. So Erling Haaland was not having a breathing space. After the match, Roy Keane, said something. I think, even though I think it was harsh, because you cannot say Erling Haaland's general play is zero, bro. That is harsh, because he's a target man. He's a striker. That is his opinion. His primary role is to score. So you cannot come and say his general play is zero. I think that is harsh, but he couldn't do anything on the day because of Saliba and then Gabriel Magalhaes. So that was what actually happened in terms of the tacticals. But all in all, I think Arsenal was great on the day. They executed their plan very well. I think Manchester City going forward, their inability to win against the big teams is going to cost them the title. Their inability to win against the big teams, because mind you, the only big team they have won this particular season is Manchester United, home and away. Apart from that, they have not been able to win any big team in the APL. So your inability to win big teams is going to cost them the title. So all in all, I think Pep Guardiola also did really, really well. Of course, he tried his possible best, but then the best could not materialize, or the best was not efficient to get him the 3 points. So 0-0 between each other. The title contender or the title decider ended in 0-0. It was a boring game, but that is what actually happened in the game. Let's check out the table. The top three. Liverpool won. They won against Brighton 2-1. So Liverpool has 67, Arsenal 65, and then Manchester City 64. That is what is actually happening on the table. That is the EPL table, the top three. The competition is more becoming tighter. It's becoming tighter. Every single day is becoming tighter. But we have some stuff that we have to talk about Arsenal. Most clean sheets in the league, they have 12. So David Raya is doing really, really well as an Arsenal goalkeeper. So most clean sheets, we have Arsenal, we have Liverpool, and then Manchester City. Now, of course, that is the top three. Manchester United is also here. So 12 most clean sheets. They are conceding 4 goals, and then William Saliba is key in their setup, because if you are able to, if William Saliba is fit, trust me, Arsenal are good to go. They are very, 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 very well good to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the video. The big game review. What do you think about the game? Did Arsenal execute their plan very well? Was Arsenal afraid of Manchester City? Just comment down below. Let me know your comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You press the post notification bell. You follow us on our social media platform. I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for your time, and peace.